the whole place shakes and there's all this noise.
It's just like, ooh.
Yeah, it's like watching an episode of X-Files, but not as cozy.
It's a really clever premise, actually, for a serial killer to, well, as serial killers go.
His reaction is just going like that, you know. You can hear it in the background and you're thinking, okay, what am I feeling here? Something is not right here, it's not right here.
Yeah.
You're not set free until the film completely goes to black. Hey, welcome to Screen Time, the channel where we like to watch movies from our past and revisit them, or watch new movies afresh for the first time.
Absolutely.
And if you like this kind of content, please feel free to like and subscribe. And this week, we watched Seven.
We did watch Seven this week. Film from 1995. Starring Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey, and Gwyneth Paltrow. And it's quite a watch if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it's quite
it's
a
one
watch.
of those kind of watches.
It's one of those films that in the late 90s, there was kind of quite very dark psychological thriller investigations, weren't there? So that there was The Bone Collector. There were these kind of very dark ones where the psycho killer was really vicious, really,
Yeah.
Killer put a bucket beneath him, kept on serving. Took his time, too. Coroner said this could have gone on for more than 12 hours.
And it usually came with quite a twisty kind of investigation.
Narrative.
Yeah. The basic plot of this is that you have Mills, who's the young cop, played by Brad Pitt, and he joins the city police investigation force.
Does a transfer.
He transfers over because it's too quiet where he is.
You actually fought to get reassigned here. I've just never seen it done that way before.
I think they used to live in the country, didn't they? Or in a quieter town anyway, with his wife, Tracy. The first day on the job with Somerset, they are called to a crime scene.
I didn't touch anything. But he's had his face in a plate of spaghetti for about 45 minutes now.
There's something unusual about this crime scene. It's not your conventional kind of murder or homicide. It's calculated. The whole thing is very calculated. And the death is one of gluttony, really.
Whoops.
This person is dead at the table, tied down to a chair, and has been forced to eat food continuously. So he was beastly overweight and so internal damage, etc., etc. So it was kind of grisly.
As soon as you go to this scene, you realise that the way they film it, they go for all of your senses.
Yes.
There's sound of running water because it's raining outside. So they go into this dark room and they're there with torches. I mean, it's like watching an episode of X-Files, but not as cozy. And then you can hear like running water.
Yeah.
And as the light sort of skims over parts of the room, you can see the room moving and you realise that there's cockroaches.
Yeah, it's just there's little hints of information that you get from the torch beam.
But everything is just vile. It's vile, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Mills says, there's something under the table. And then he goes, well, what is it? And he checks.
Oh, God.
It's a bucket of vomit.
Yeah.
And, his reaction is just going like that, you know.
So you know how it feels, you know how it smells.
It plays with everything.
Yeah, it really does.
It's just grotesque.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Somerset's last week, so he was due to retire, but they keep him on longer to obviously solve this case.
This can't be my last duty. It's just going to go on and on and on.
You're retiring. 6 more days and you're all the way gone.
But this case doesn't end there, it carries on. And so there's a second crime that happens. Then we soon learn that there's another and another. But the second crime, they find a lawyer. And the lawyer is dead on his carpet in his penthouse apartment with a pair of scales. He's had to, at gunpoint, I believe, he's had to remove pounds of flesh.
He was handed a butcher's knife. Check out the scale.
Pound of flesh.
Somerset realizes that it's charting the 7 deadly sins.
1 pound of flesh, no more, no less. No cartilage, no bone, but on their flesh.
It's a really clever premise, actually.
Yeah,
For a,
it is.
You know, for a serial killer to, well, you know, as serial killers go, it's a clever premise.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's not your bog standard.
No.
Sloth, wrath, pride, lust, and envy.
Each one is very well prepared and thought through. And I mean, as a film, the idea of it, I mean, whoever thinks up these ideas, I mean, it's very detailed.
Yeah.
And the way it's set up makes it really interesting to watch.
Well, I can tell you guys, just by looking at the scroll pattern and not the victim's fingerprints.
When we watched Silence of the Lambs, we were saying with the movie was always very grey.
Yeah.
And I think this one follows a very similar structure in the way that it's filmed. It is incredibly dark. There isn't much colour to it. There's no colour to this at all.
Not really, no.
And every time they're outside, it is raining. There's just this feeling of damp. And all of the locations they go to feel depressing.
Yeah.
There's no feeling of warmth there at all.
No.
Every single location just feels, even when there's a dinner scene where the characters, where Mills and his wife, Gwyneth Paltrow's character, invite Morgan Freeman's character over for dinner.
Happy to meet you. I've heard a lot about you. Except, of course, your first name.
It's William.
And you think this is going to be a bit of light relief. And it is light relief because they enjoy nice conversation.
Yeah.
But you're still not allowed to relax because even during that moment, a subway train comes past and the whole place shakes and there's all this noise.
Subway.
It'll go away in a minute.
So you're always on a little bit of an edge. And the characters are not settled characters. They're not happy. Mills wants to do this transfer, but I don't even think he's that happy. His wife is unhappy with the location.
Yes.
She shares that information. She's been going around the schools because she's a teacher. She goes around the schools trying to find a job, but she just doesn't like the schools.
Yeah.
I feel stupid calling, but you're the only person that I know here. There's no one else.
She's feeling a bit nervous in the fact that they've moved there, and I don't think she feels very secure there.
No.
I've been going around, looking at schools. But the conditions here are horrible.
And then you've got Morgan Freeman who just wants to get out. So the characters aren't settled. The location is just miserable, and so you don't feel settled as an audience member. And I think that's what they want.
Yeah.
The whole film is unsettling.
It just feels grimy.
Yeah.
Everything feels grimy and dirty, and you'd want to get out.
Yeah.
You'd want to get out. As I said, it doesn't take them long to realise that I think they actually find gluttony and greed written at the locations, don't they?
The second case to do with the lawyer, I think they find the wording there first.
It's on the carpet.
It's on the carpet.
Yeah.
And then, so they go back to the first one and they have a look around, and isn't it behind the fridge?
Yes, it's
they
behind the fridge.
They find it written behind the fridge.
Yes,
and so that's how they make the connection
That's
between
right.
the two, and that starts something off.
I quite like the dynamics between them. You've got Somerset, who kind of very into the research and the theology and literature and stuff. And then you've got Mills, who's a lot more gung-ho. He's younger, he's gung-ho, he just wants to solve it, and so he's impulsive. So the two of them work quite well together.
Up until maybe the third murder, Somerset is getting ready to leave. And he even sets Mills up in a positive way, in that he shares a lot of information. So he goes to the library.
Yes.
And all the security staff are there playing poker. They put on a very well-known classical piece.
How's this for culture?
And Morgan's there doing loads of research about the 7 deadly sins and pulling things out and suggesting literature for Mills to read. And he sort of puts all that on his desk. And he's going to be leaving in 7 days, and they make it very clear that in 7 days I'm going to be off the case.
So there's the 7 and the 7.
Yeah.
It's like the days match the discoveries almost. Yeah. There's a third crime scene, and I think this is the worst one. And there's also an interesting moment during this period because it has reached the press that there's this.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That there's a serial killer. On the way out of the apartment, they get snapped by this photographer.
Are you listening to me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excuse me? Hey, what are you doing?
And he's like, get out of here, get out of here.
Hey, I got a right to be here. Get out of here.
Get out of here! Get out of here!
But this particular crime involves sloth, so laziness. They basically find this emaciated man in a bed who's just been tied there, and you think he's dead.
He's alive! He's alive!
Because it's just so graphically horrible, and they've got those perfume, those Christmas tree air fresheners everywhere hanging.
It's been like a year.
It's a year. I think that's what's disturbing about the film is how long the calculation has been. For these aren't impulsive murders. These are thought out, prepared and thought out, and these people have been targeted over a long period of time. And what's strange is that this guy and the guy for gluttony have been suffering for so long, whereas the lawyer possibly got attacked only 2 days ago or 3 days ago. So it's like the working out of when this person should attack or to make these theologies of the 7 deadly sins work.
Yeah.
It's just like, ooh,
yeah.
It's really disturbing.
Yeah.
He's experienced about as much pain and suffering as anyone I've encountered, give or take.
The only light, really, I would say, in this film, really, is the relationship between Somerset and Tracy.
Yes.
She views him as like a father figure that she can confide in, and she does confide in him.
Yeah.
David and I are gonna have a baby.
Yes, you're told quite a bit of important information about her, and she shares her concerns, her thoughts, and kind of is asking, what should I do?
Mm-hmm.
But if you choose to have this baby, you spoil that kid every chance you get.
He gives her some advice.
Yeah.
That's the only real one-to-one that you see them have.
Yeah.
As I said before, that it's an element of light relief. You know, they're having brekkie together, and that's probably the only moment where you don't feel about the location. But the topic and how they feel is very somber still.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you never get away from it.
No.
You can never escape it. The whole thing.
It's like infused through it, isn't it?
It's embedded.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned the journalist because I might be mistaken, but after that moment is when they go to the location, which is actually the killer's apartment. And I think they go to knock on the door, and then they're aware that there's somebody that's just walked up the stairs.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm off a computer.
Mills.
The person is standing at the end of the corridor and then brings out a gun and actually shoots them.
Yes.
And the sound, I don't know if you noticed, but I mean, the sound of actually, you know, the trigger and the contact that the bullet makes, it's really loud. It's very distinct sounds. You really get a sense of the power of that bullet. It makes you realize just how damaging it would be and the intent of the actual murderer, right? He is after them. And so then a chase begins.
Yes.
That chase goes on for a long time, but I mean, it's horrible because you're following Mills, and you know it's weaving, it's going through whatever, and then because now and again you hear like a gunshot, and again it's really loud. It really does have you on edge because it does make you worry that something's going to happen. And of course, there is a moment when
Yeah.
suddenly they reach outside and it's around a lorry, isn't it? He's going past the lorry and you notice the feet of the other guy, and he must have climbed into the cabin, because I think he reaches and he hits him from inside the
That's
cabin
right.
and knocks him to the floor, and
That's
he
right.
loses his gun. That is a really scene. Brad Pitt's character Mills is all bloodied and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And so even when they go for drinks at some point, you can't relax because he's got
still got
plasters and bandages and
Yeah.
everything. You know, yeah. What's quite good about this movie is you don't, even though you know the cast, you don't see the face of the murderer until well into the movie. I mean,
Yeah.
we're almost at the end
Yeah.
of the movie.
Yeah.
And I one thing that is incredible is the impact that character has on you just in a short space of time.
Yeah.
You're looking for me.
It's such a performance. It really is.
It's the coldness. It's almost like the moral of the 7 deadly sins is paramount in his head, and he will do nothing to not get to that. You know, I mean, he's shaved his fingers down so that it doesn't leave prints.
Yeah.
He's done all of these things like self-mutilation and mutilation of people to play out this scenario. And it's so well calculated that this person is just cold, absolutely cold.
I'd like to speak to my lawyer, please.
It's the confidence of the delivery. It feels like he's never out of control.
Yeah.
He's always in control. And the biggest, well, not the biggest twist, but one of the twists is that I think it's when Mills is going through the camera or something in his apartment, he realized that the photographer, the reporter, was the guy.
Yeah.
We had him and we let him go.
Because there's a picture of him doing this, like stop taking photographs. And he's been following us for all this time. And that in some ways moves on to what the 7th deadly sin is, because it's like he starts observing Brad Pitt and his life and that sort of stuff. So it almost, if he hadn't
have made that contact,
have made that contact, would he be personally involved in the story?
Yeah, it makes you question that when you hit that moment.
Yeah.
And you're right. When he gives himself up, there's an element of a pat on the back by the police.
Oh yeah.
He's sitting in the police car, and you feel that you calm down slightly because you think, well, he's in custody, he's with them. Even the movie's kind of telling you that as well, because the location that they go to is out of the city. It's no longer raining. It's bright sunshine. It's the first time we see sunshine.
Yeah.
You think, bit of light relief. You know, we're in control here.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not, but it's the way it's set up.
Yeah, it's the way it's set up. Again, it's the delivery of it. Even though he's shackled in the back of this police vehicle and there's the mesh in front of him and everything, and there's that distance between them, the interplay and conversation that they have, he's like, you'll see. What time is it? Oh, you'll know soon.
What's so exciting?
It's not too far now.
What will we know soon? What is this that, you know?
Yeah.
And so they hold it off and hold it off and hold it off. It's the last thing you would expect.
Absolutely. But I mean, the build up to it as well, because you have the police helicopter with the car.
Yeah.
And when you're in the car, you can still hear the police helicopter.
Yeah.
So you've got all of this support that you think,
Yeah.
you know, everything, as I said before, everything just keeps you calm. And then you have this music, and the music keeps going up a note. So it gradually, it's like da, 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 like that, and and as it goes up, it gets louder, and as it gets to the time, it's getting more and more higher pitched.
Anywhere near those wires. Look, they're going to be coming up behind us in about 2 minutes. I want you to go up, way up.
It really starts to, you know, you're thinking, okay, what's going on here? And the way that it builds it it really builds it. It's
Yeah.
it's a clever.
Yeah.
It's a clever.
It's clever.
Because you can hear it in the background. And you're thinking, okay, what am I feeling here? Something
Mhm.
is not right here. It's not
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Yeah.
They get to this location and this van, they're checking the time and there's a van, this van's coming. And so all the police have got their guns focused on this van.
Down.
Watch him.
And everything, and it's like some UPS
Some
driver,
poor
some poor driver
yeah.
that doesn't know what's going
No.
on. And he says, I've just been told to come here at
Yeah.
this time and deliver this package, and I don't know what's going on.
What are you doing here?
I'm just delivering a package, man. I got this package for this guy, David.
And it's almost a comedy moment. It's almost like a comedy moment before the reveal.
Because they send him off running, don't they? They're like, there's a guy, he's on his way,
Right.
pick him
Get
up,
him
and
out of here,
sending him off. Yeah.
And then it just the whole thing just turns on its head. It's just I don't know if we need to talk about that.
I don't think we should.
No, it all builds up.
It all builds up, and the film, if does not disappoint in terms of keeping the same feel. I would say you're not allowed to relax at all, because even when it cuts to the credits, did you notice the credits are back to front?
Okay.
Starts with one of the characters.
Down.
It goes down.
Mm-hmm.
It goes down. So it starts and then it keeps going down, and it's a bit like, oh, so even then it's disorientating. You're not allowed, you're not set free until the film completely goes to black.
Yeah.
You were talking about the difference between the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Where you going?
Going in.
No, wait.
If the line hadn't been crossed between interacting with the suspect or not. And I think that very much shows up the two characters. The Morgan Freeman character he's very calm in his approach.
Yeah.
All right. By telling you this, though, I'm trusting you more than I trust most people.
Good, because I'm about ready to punch you.
And the way that he goes, he's very methodical in the way that he approaches everything, and he doesn't let things get to him. And he doesn't get overreactionary to things. Whereas, as you said, Mills is very gung-ho and lets his emotions take over, and his emotions get hit incredibly quickly.
No point in arguing anymore. Unless you can fix that. Stupid.
I think that's why he's targeted.
Yeah, but also he wanted to react because they were getting attacked. There was a chase on, and that needed to happen. But it's the aftermath. Somerset saying, we can't do anything, we can't go into this apartment because we don't have a warrant. And he kicks the door in. He kicks the door in, and then he pays somebody to say a white lie.
It happened right over there.
Okay. I told you the rest. You got it? You good? Everything? All right, have a sign. You got a sign, huh?
Okay.
In some ways, from a suspect's opinion, they could view that, I mean, not on the same level, but you're kind of like me, because you break the law, you do what you need to do.
You're doing what you need to do to achieve.
Exactly. And I think that sets him on a different thing to Somerset.
If Mills wasn't there, I mean, there's that quandary, isn't there? It's like, if Mills wasn't there, then would he achieve the 7 deadly sins? It's this pivotal moment in the film where you're like, oh my gosh, this is just such a mind spin.
Yeah.
You're left with such a hollow.
Yes, it is. It's so like...
You're like, oh, and it just ends on this revelation, and you're like, oh gosh, should we go out and get some ice cream?
Well, it's one of those movies where I have to say I did put on a Disney cartoon afterwards. I need like la something, something completely to weight you the other way.
Absolutely, it's a tough watch, but I mean, it's a worthwhile watch.
Oh, it's a good watch. I was happy to watch it again. It had been a long time, and to be honest,
yes, it's been ages.
I'd forgotten a lot of the moments, but it is an exhausting watch.
But they never really find out what the murderer's name is. They just call him John Doe.
Of course, yes.
Even because they've taken his fingerprints away, he's got no records. He's got no social security. He's got nothing. So even then, it's like, who is this person?
Yeah,
and so
absolutely.
it never feels.
No, you never get a full resolution.
You
then.
never get a resolution on it.
Yeah.
And that's what's so disturbing about it.
Yeah,
So,
it's very disturbing.
yeah.
But pleased to have watched it.
Please have watched it.
So, with regards to rating this film, then, right?
I will give it a 7.5. It's a really well-made film, but for me, it's one of those films that I wouldn't watch on a regular basis, and it's not family viewing. And not that I rate everything on that; it's so silly. But yeah, it'd be a 7.5, something like that.
Yeah, I think in terms of feeling, and I would want to do low, but it is a good movie, and the way it's made is so well done. So I would still give it an 8. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would give it an 8.
It's really well made.
Yeah. So if you've enjoyed our chit chat of 7, please feel free to like and subscribe, and send us any comments that you have about this movie and your thoughts and opinions about it.
Yeah.
And
recommend some other movies that you'd like us to have a chat about. That'd be great.
Absolutely. And so hopefully we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.